Hello everyone, welcome to Jelly Molly TV. Today we're going to make another fun block in Kimberbell's A Quilty Little Christmas wall hanging project. In today's video we're going to make this adorable house block right here. It's called House Number 1. So go ahead and grab your plastic pouch system labeled House 1 and let's go ahead and go over to the embroidery machine and let's get started stitching. Okay, we're at the machine. And I have a bobbin with white thread down below. I put white thread in the top of my machine that's going to match my fabric that I'm going to be using in this block. And I have my 5x7 hoop filled with a piece of the poly no-show mesh stabilizer, otherwise known as lightweight mesh stabilizer. All right, so I want you to get your plastic pouch system that is labeled House Number 1, and I want you to pull that fabric out. This is the fabric from the kit, so it's a really cool white fabric with large white polka dots on it. Then I want you to pull a piece of your pre-cut batting that is 5 inches by 5 inches. Put the rest to one side. And then I want you to pull out your gingerbread felt from your embellishment kit. All right, and we're going to put all of these items off to one side. There we go, the fabric and the batting. Let's go to the screen cam and load the design. There we go. I have a Baby Lock Destiny, which is identical to the Brother Dream machine. If you have something similar, you can follow along. I'm going to go to the embroidery module, go to my flash drive because I keep all my files on a flash drive, and I've put them in a Quilty Little Christmas subfolder. I'm going to go for the quilting design first. As we do this project, we are quilting the blocks as we go. It's called block by block quilting. So I want to load the quilting design first, and then we'll load the machine embroidery design on top of that. All right, so I am looking for Wavy, which is in that folder there, and I am looking for the 4x4 inch design. That one right there. Oh, that's going to be cool. Almost looks like a puzzle, the remnants of a puzzle. That's cool. So I'm going to click Set. It brings it in perfectly centered. I don't have to do anything else. Then I'm going to add a design. If your machine won't add, then you can stitch this out first and then clear your memory and come back and add the embroidery design and stitch that one out second. All right, I'm going to go back to my flash drive, back to Quilty Little Christmas. And I am looking for the House 1 block, which is going to be in the gingerbread cookie subfolder. And it's this one right here. That's the one we want, House 1. That's going to be so cute. So let's click Set. It's going to bring it in perfectly centered where Kimberbell wants it. That's where we want it to be. Don't touch it. Don't move it. We're good. We're going to click Embroidery. Alright, so let's go back to the hoop cam. And if you have white thread up above to match your fabric in the kit, or a color thread that matches your fabric if you're not using the kit, you have that thread up above. Let's put the foot down and let's stitch out the placement line for the batting. Okay, so now we're going to put the batting down, making sure that you completely cover all sides of that placement line. Put the foot down and let's tack down the batting. So now I want you to take the hoop off the machine, go over to the table, and I want you to trim away all of this excess batting from the outside of that stitch line, and I'll meet you right back here. Okay, now that that's trimmed up, let's put the foot down and let's stitch out the placement line for the fabric. Okay, so now I'm going to put my fabric down. This is from the kit, white with large white polka dots. And I'm going to place it so I have approximately the same amount of fabric on each side of that batting. It's pretty good. There, I can feel for the batting and see where that it needs to be lined up. It's perfect, and we got extra on all 4 sides. So let's put the foot down, white thread still up on top to match your fabric, and let's tack down the fabric. I think this is going to look really cute because of those large polka dots. All right, so I'm going to quilt this block in white thread because I think the white thread on the background will look really nice and allow the house to pop to be the focal point. So I'm going to quilt this with white thread, put the foot down, and it's a 1 minute in real life stitch out. Here we go. Enjoy. That is so cute. I thought it looked like the remnants of a puzzle, but then I thought, you know, as it's stitching it out, it looks like roof shingles. I like that. That's cool. All right, so I'm going to put the hoop back on the machine, and I'm going to swap out my thread because I want this to be what's going to blend in with the gingerbread felt that we're going to use in the next couple steps here. So I'm going to load that copper thread up in the top of my machine. You do the same for your machine. Pick the thread that you have that matches your gingerbread felt and load that up on top. You see how it's done a loop? You get that loop out. If you left that loop in, it could wrap around your foot, break a needle, and or worse, cause damage to your foot and the machine. So I always make sure that any loop that's created by the threading process, you get out before you start stitching. Okay, so let's put the foot down and let's stitch out the placement line for the felt. Here you go. Okay, so now I'm going to take the hoop off the machine just so I can see this a little bit clearer. I want to position the felt in a way that I can maximize what I can get out of this felt. Okay, so I've got it lined up, so it's going to be just over the top there by about 1/4 of an inch, and then this side fits perfectly there. So that's where I want the felt to be. You don't need to tape it down or anything because it pretty much sticks to where you put it. So let's put the foot down and let's tack down this felt. All right, cool. So I think by doing this method of just placing the embellishment where you need to, I can probably get one gingerbread man from the first video, another one over here. This will probably be where the second house goes here, and then maybe another little gingerbread man over there. So you can get additional items out of your embellishments if you try to position it like this. Just a little tip. All right, so now I want to go ahead and take the hoop over to a table. I want to trim this up around 1/8 of an inch, like about this distance, around the outside edge to make it look like a cookie. And I'll meet you right back here. Okay, there it is. Looks like a cookie. Let's put that hoop back on the machine. And I'm going to swap out my thread here, because now it wants to do the icing decorations on the house. So we're going to put that cream thread back in on top of your machine. And this is a 5-minute in real life stitch out. Okay. So once you get your thread loaded, make sure you don't have any loops. There we go. Oh, wait. There we go. Okay, so now let's put the foot down and enjoy the stitch out. Here we go. So cute. Okay, so now the next stitch is going to be 2 hearts down in the bottom windows. That's going to be adorable. So I've got my darker red, like Kimberbell suggested, and I'm going to put that thread in the top of my machine. You pick the color thread you like. You could do red, you could do pink, you could do green, you could do a beige if you wanted to match. Pick what color thread you'd like your hearts to be. And let's go ahead and load that in the machine. I'm going to stick with the dark red. And let's put the foot down and stitch this out. It's a 1 minute in real life stitch out. Here we go. Oh, I love that. Okay, so glad I chose red for the hearts. Now I'm going to use the same dark red up at the top for the outside of the snowflakes. So choose the color that you want the outside of your snowflakes to be. Put the foot down and we'll stitch this out. It's a 4 minute in real life stitch out. Here we go. Nice. All right, we've only got one more step to do, and that's to do pink inner snowflakes. So I'm going to switch out my thread to the light pink. You choose the color thread you'd like the inside of your snowflakes to be. Put that color thread up on top, thread your machine, and this will be easy. This is only a 1 minute in real life stitch out. I don't have any loops. We are good. Foot down and let's stitch them out. Nice. Okay. The machine is showing one more stitch, but we do not want to stitch that out. What that is it's an alignment line that Kimberbell uses to tell the machine where the design is centered. So we do not want to stitch that line out. All right, so we are done with the stitching part. Isn't that cute? Isn't that just adorable? Look at that. You'll get a better shot when we go over to the table, but I just love that. That's just precious. All right, so let's take the hoop off the machine. Let's go over to the table and I'll show you how to finish up this block. All right, look at that block. Isn't that adorable? You did such a great job. Cool. All right, so now we need to square this block up to 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches square. And if you look at this outer stitch line, the one we used to tack down the fabric, we're going to use that to measure and to trim up our block. So if I go from this outer stitch line to that outer stitch line, it's 4.5 inches. And if I go from the top to the bottom, it's just shy of 4.5. So we can definitely use that line as our tool. So now I'm going to line up the ruler and I'm going to go just a hair past that stitch line, just a hair. All right. Can I see the stitch line? Yes, I can. It's underneath the ruler and I can make my cut. Okay, come over here. I'm going to line up my block on the mat. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Going to line up the ruler on the mat. Can I see that stitch line? Yes, it's just outside of the ruler. So we are good to make a cut. Okay. So now I'm going to come over here. Just go to that stitch line. It's straight. Go just past it. Just a smidgen. Can I see that stitch line? Yes, I can. Make your cut. Okay, I'm going to turn this around. Got one more cut to do. I'm going to line it up with my mat. I'm going to line it up with the ruler line going across. And I'm going to line the ruler up at the mat. Oops. Right there. We're good. Everybody's in line. And can I see that stitch line? Yes, it's just underneath that ruler. And I can make my final cut. And look at that. Isn't that super cute? I love the houses. And that quilting too. That wavy quilting looks so good with that. So yay, you did it. Congratulations. And I hope you had as much fun today making this block as I did. And I hope you stay tuned here on Jolly Molly TV for more fun and more adorable blocks in Kimberbell's A Quilty Little Christmas wall hanging project. And until I see you next time, take care and happy stitching. Bye-bye.